Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Rob, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about revoking your digital key or your digital license. Now, why on earth would you want to do that? Well, revoking your license allows you to release it from one computer, and then if you have another computer that has Cabinet Vision installed, you can basically drop that key down onto another device and you can continue working. Let's say you went out of town or something and you have a laptop with you. So it's a very useful thing to be able to do. Back in the day when I was first working in Cabinet Vision, we had dongles that you would plug in from computer to computer. But since then, Cabinet Vision has gone the way of digital keys. So you actually have to go through a revocation. Revocation, is that the right word? Like a revocation process to release it off your computer. So let's take a look at how we do that. This is a working version of Cabinet Vision, so I currently have the license locked down to this machine. So what we want to do is we want to exit out of this, and I'll be up front with you guys. Like, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done a lot of experimenting with this, but I believe that you have to remember to release it from your computer that I don't think you can release it from another computer and then drop it back down. So I think if you were to go out of town or do anything, I think you have to remember to release it on this machine before you can drop it down to another one. So I could be wrong about that, but I think I tried that and I was not able to do it. So, just keep that in mind. You got to remember to revoke it if you plan on dropping it down to another machine. So what we want to do is I've got the icon right here of Cabinet Vision, and so I'm going to right click. The easiest way to get there is to right click open file location to bring up the file location for that. We're going to go one folder back, and we're going to go to the common 2024, this CLS at the top, and then down here we have this licenses. So if we double click here, we've got our license manager. And you can see that under the server details, we have all of these things here. And I think this one represents that it's locked down to this computer. And so I think that's how you know that it is locked down. Again, I don't know if I 1000% understand this, what all this is. But I'm just going to show you what I do to release it and drop it. So if we go to server up here, if you're on a standalone key, which, I don't know how it's set up on a network, but for me, I search standalone key and it brings up all the digital keys that I have. And I do still have some dongles, but the big thing here that I believe is important, it's the type of connection that you're using. So let's say right now you can see the screen check. It is on a wireless. I'm using Wi-Fi on this computer. I also have Ethernet connections. And I think another one of my machines is using an Ethernet connection. So for me to whatever you're revoking, so I'm revoking my wireless connection. So if you're going to use a laptop, it's something that required a wireless connection. I believe that is what you would have to revoke, is the wireless connections that you have. I hope that makes sense. And if I'm not explaining something correctly, then feel free to correct me. Because I definitely do not know everything about, this program. But okay, at any rate, before we do anything else, I want to show you the customer portal, because you do need to be able to log in to your customer portal. For one, that's how you're going to download the software right here onto your other, whatever computer you're using. But over here, your software licenses, this is where you can see what you have purchased. And these here, right here, these are my dongles that I still have. But these are the digital keys. And right over here, this is the lock code. And so what we're actually doing when we release a key or revoke a key, I think what we're doing is we're basically telling Cabinet Vision or your computer to, whenever it was installed with that license, it applied this lock code. So like if we pull up the the license manager, we can see that this number right here and this number right here are the same. That is the lock code that my computer generated and uploaded into the customer portal. So that way it knows that that license is locked down to this machine. And so what we actually want to do is we want to release that lock code off of the portal, and that's what the revocation process does. It releases that lock code so that way we can take it to another machine. So I apologize for these long-winded explanations, but it took me a minute to kind of grasp what I was doing when I first started doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our license manager, and we're going to right click this, and we know we're on the wireless because that green check, and we want to click revoke license. And it's going to bring us through it says 1 of 7. It's going to do most of this for you, but all you need to do is we have our lock code here. We already know that because we can see it right here in the portal. We're just going to leave on automatic revocation. We're going to click next. And it is in the background. It's running through these steps, and then it'll let us know when we're done. And then, okay, so now we can finish. We hit close, and let's see if we refresh this. Okay, so you see how this lock code disappeared. So what we did is we told the customer portal that we have released that code from this machine. So now if I try to open up Cabinet Vision, I'm going to get a no license for CV. And I think it'll still load, won't let you do anything. Yes, unlicensed product. Okay, so you see how all of that is gone, so we can't really use it. Okay, so once that is released, obviously I'm not at my home computer, but we're going to pretend that I have just now arrived at my home computer. And you'll go to the exact same step. We're going to right click, open file location on our new computer. We're going to go back one file. We're going to go to Common 2024. We're going to go to the CLS. We're going to go down to the license manager. You're going to go to your servers and you want to search your standalones, and it's going to bring up, see, we have a wireless connection, and so you can change right here the active server that you want. And you just, like, if you're going to do an Ethernet, you free an Ethernet, you click here, change active server, but we're going to stay on wireless. So we can see here we've got nothing in this population, or nothing's populated, so we know it's not installed. I don't think you have to be logged into the portal for this to work. I think it'll log in for you, but you have to have internet. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click install license, and it's going to pull up that, it's going to search your portal, and it's going to see the available slot with no lock code under the wireless connection. We're going to hit next. We're just going to, I'm not typing anything in. We're just clicking through this, and license was installed successfully. So now we've got all this information here. If we close this out, if we go back to our portal, if we refresh this, we can now see that our lock code has been regenerated. Now this is the exact same lock code because I'm just locking it down to the exact same machine as I released it from. But if I was using my new computer, that would be the new lock code that the computer assigns. But in a nutshell, that's essentially what you're doing when you're revoking licenses and dropping it down onto new machines. So hopefully this makes sense. Took me a minute to kind of figure it out, when I was trying to drop a license down onto a new machine. So hopefully this kind of clears, makes it a little bit more clear. And then, just to make sure it works, like we can open Cabinet Vision, we don't get that error anymore, and you should be good to go. So I'll leave it at that. I won't drag it out any longer. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all have a good day wherever you're at, and we'll see you in the next video.